Hi friends, welcome back. Back in the spring of 2014, I was 26 and riding the thin line between hope and exhaustion as a mechanical engineering student. My life was packed with textbooks, design software, endless cups of coffee, and her. Her name was Clara Monroe, and at 27 she was everything I thought I wanted. Focused, fearless, and stunning in a way that didn't just draw attention, it commanded it. Clara was an accounting student with a razor-sharp intellect and a smile that promised the world. We met during a university party. Bad drinks, worse music, but something clicked. That chaos somehow bloomed into passion, and within a few years, it became marriage. We were young, wild, and convinced that love and ambition could carry us through anything. For a while it did. Marriage wasn't just about us. That's what I learned the hard way. Clara came from a family that looked perfect from the outside, but inside it was an empire built on control and emotional warfare. Her mother, Judith Monroe, was sharp-tongued and impossible to please. From the moment she met me, she treated me like I'd tracked dirt into her perfect porcelain life. I tried everything, fixing her leaky kitchen faucet, bringing flowers, even joining their Sunday dinners. Nothing was enough. Judith saw me as a low-grade technician with pipe dreams, not a future son-in-law. Her father, Raymond, was barely present, a passive man who hid behind crossword puzzles and quiet smiles. Clara's sister, Madeline, was married to Ethan, a guy I got along with on the surface. We bonded over basketball and beers, but the bond was hollow, more like mutual survival under Judith's rule. Clara and I had a pact: no children until we were ready. We wanted to travel, chase careers, live big. Judith, she wanted grandchildren immediately. Then Judith got sick. Just a few days in the hospital, but enough to shift the family dynamics completely. Clara clung to her mother, and I became invisible, an outsider in my own marriage. When I brought flowers to the hospital, Judith barely looked at me. "Shouldn't you be working on one of your machines?" Even in illness, she managed to cut deep. When she recovered, her demands intensified. Her health scare became a manipulative tool. I may not live long enough to see a grandchild. At their 30th wedding anniversary, Judith took the mic and tearfully begged for one last wish: to hold a grandchild before she died. Madeline burst into tears, revealing her ongoing fertility struggles. Ethan stood there like a statue. On the drive home, Clara sobbed. "What if my mom dies without holding her grandbaby?" I squeezed her hand and murmured, "We still have time." But deep down I wasn't sure we ever would. Judith became a constant storm. She'd show up at our home uninvited, point out unwashed dishes, criticize my job, my clothes, anything. "This place is a mess. No child should grow up in this chaos." "We're not having one," I reminded her. Clara never defended me. She'd just fold into herself. Then, the night everything cracked. "Nathan, it's Madeline. She tried to take her own life. We're at the hospital." The scene was chaos. Clara crying silently, Judith blaming everyone, Ethan pacing with guilt etched across his face. And then, Judith said the most vile thing I'd ever heard. "If you two had given this family a child, Madeline wouldn't be in this mess." Snap. You don't cure depression with a baby. That's not how any of this works. But Clara didn't say a word. 2 weeks later they staged an intervention. Judith, Clara, Ethan, even a shaky Madeline, all sitting in our living room like they were casting judgment. "We've come to a solution," Judith said, her tone ice cold. I was bracing for a plea, maybe IVF talk. But instead, "Clara's going to have a child. With Ethan. Madeline will raise it." My world shattered. "What the hell are you talking about?" "It's for the family," Clara whispered. I lost control. I punched Ethan so hard he hit the floor. Clara tried to hold me back. I pushed her away. "Get out. All of you." They left, Judith screeching about how I never deserved her daughter. Clara locked herself in the bathroom for hours. I left and drove aimlessly before landing at my best friend Leo's place. He didn't even hesitate. "That's not a family. That's a cult. You need out." But I didn't listen. I returned home. Clara was crying at the table. Mom's back in the hospital. Let her rot. She slapped me so hard my vision blurred. You're disgusting. Days passed in silence. Then she knocked on the bedroom door. I'm sorry. Serena's hurting. My mother's dying. They need me to do this. Just let me help them. I should have walked. I didn't. I pretended to forgive her. I took her on trips, bought her gifts, whispered sweet lies. I needed time. And then one day, I came home to find the closet empty and a note on the counter. Nathan, I've left with Ethan and my parents. I'm going to get pregnant. Madeline will raise the baby. Please don't come looking. I sat down. I didn't cry. I opened my laptop, transferred every cent from our accounts into my name, sold the house, sold the car, and left for Vancouver. Weeks later, the messages began. First, desperate. Nathan, where's the money? Then manipulative. I'm pregnant. We need to talk. Then broken. I lost the baby. I need you. I didn't respond. A year later, she called from a payphone. Her voice was thin, unfamiliar. I left them. Cut everyone off. I'm sorry. I said only one thing. You made your bed. By 2019, our divorce was finalized. No lawyers, no court fights. She had nothing left to take. By 2024, I had a small apartment near the water, a good job, and a quiet life full of painting and trail hikes. Leo got married. My parents visited often. As for Clara, she faded into memory. A lesson more than a loss. A warning more than a wound. I wasn't perfect. My anger made mistakes. My silence sometimes hurt more than words. But betrayal, that was hers to carry. And I walked away from the wreckage, unbroken.